Esa proclama es patria o muerte.
In front of the presidential palace in Havana, nearly 1 million people, which is just about the whole population of this capital city, gathered at the bidding of their new leader, Fidel Castro.
One question. What if I told you this symbol of peaceful protest actually handed out this sentence in 5 minutes? You've probably seen that face on t-shirts, mugs, teen bedroom poster, and all over the social media. Ernesto Che Guevara. For many, he's a symbol of freedom, love, and fighting. Maybe a Latin Robin Hood who risked his life. But what if I told you this guy, maybe his fans call him the angel of poor, used economic policies and made Cubans stand in line about hours in a day just for buying bread and milk? Today, we are not telling heroic story, but we are taking this t-shirt off and facing his real life of Ernesto Che Guevara. Why did people call him Butcher of La Cabana? Let's open the file that many don't want you to see it. Before we get to blood and politics, let's talk about his background. Ernesto Che Guevara was an Argentina medical student. He was rich and I think he loved rugby. He traveled all over the South America with just motorcycle and saw extreme poverty firsthand, and this poverty radicalized him. He believed you don't fix people's problem with medicine, you fix them with bullets. In Mexico, he met Fidel Castro and they decided to free Cuba from Colonel Batista. So far, it sounds like Hollywood movie. Heroes win in Journey 1959. They entered Havana. But this is extremely where the romantic movie ends and horror movies started. When you get power, slogans aren't enough anymore. After the revolution, Castro gave Che Guevara a job. He put Che Guevara in charge of the fortress La Cabana. This was the place where prisoners from the old regime, spies, and even people merely suspected of opposition were held. Just suspicion. Che Guevara ran revolutionary courts. But courts here is a joke. There were not defense lawyers, no juries, no evidence checks. Mr. Che had a chilling line. He said, to send people to the firing squad, you don't need juridical proof. Those are bourgeois legal niceists. A revolutionary must become a cold-killing machine. According to reputable books like Revolutionary Life by John Lee Anderson, Che Guevara personally oversaw hundreds of executions, from 170 to 500 people just in the first months. There was a wall that called Paradum, I think. Every night, the sound of gunfire came from there. Oli Sacco says Che Guevara told him, don't spend too much on the cases, just sign the sentence, we don't have any time. These executions weren't only for war criminals. Anyone labeled counter-revolutionary might not see the next morning. Che Guevara believed fear is the best tool to control society. So, that's name Butcher of La Cabana came from. Not from his enemy's propaganda, but from the blood spilled on those walls. Okay, imagine you've taken over a country and then you have to run it. So, what did Castro do? He made Che Guevara head of National Bank and then Minister of Industries. There is a joke that Castro asked in a meeting, who here is an economist? And Che Guevara raised his hand because he thought Castro asked, Who here is a communist? Maybe that joke wasn't true, but the disaster that followed was real. Che Guevara hated money. He even signed official banknotes and cash, not with a proper signature, but with a mocked war Che. He wanted to industrialize Cuba and end dependence on sugar, but he had no understanding of market force. He believed in moral incentives. In another war, it means the workers shouldn't work for money. They should work for love and revolution. And so what happened then? 1. Sugar production was cut in half. 2. The food distribution system collapsed. And 3. For the first time in Cuban history, food rationing began. Cuba's economy, once one of Latin America's most developed, fell into free fall. Ernesto Che Guevara tried to copy Soviet management, but even the Soviet Union warned him, "You are doing so quickly." With emotional and unscientific decisions, he sacrificed Cubans' welfare to his ideology. Maybe human rights activists who wear Che Guevara's t-shirt would burn them if they knew his view on individual freedom. Che Guevara promoted the idea of new man, El Hombre Nuevo, a person who works, obeys, and shows no deviation. He set up Cuba's first forced labor camps, and what was their slogan? Works make you a man. Who was sent to these camps? Not just political enemies. Yes, artists who listen to rock music because it's seen as imperialist, and homosexuals. Oh, this is very bad because Che Guevara and Castro considered homosexuality is a bourgeois deviation. Che Guevara believed individuality had no value. Everyone had to wear a uniform mask. So if you had long hair or jeans or listen to foreign music, you weren't part of the new man and had to re-educate it. Finally, tried of administration and tried he wasn't good at economy. Che Guevara left Cuba to export revolution. First he went to Congo and he failed, then to Bolivia, and there in 1967 he was captured and executed. The bitter irony of history, the man who hated capitalism and mocked money and dollars became one of capitalism's best-selling brands. Che Guevara was brave and believed in his causes, but that blind faith cost something. The blood of peoples executed. That might be good if with trial and ruination of a country's economy. Next time you see him on a picture, remember, history isn't white and black and everything. It can be gray, and the hero on the poster may not be an ideal man in real life. Subscribe and tell me your opinion about Che Guevara. Are you a supporter of him or not? Thank you.